Okay, so this is how we are going to do this. First, let me stop this thing and look at the AI. Okay, this is my AI. As you can see, I'm only using statements to execute this action. So there's no advanced action involved. So before we get, we will just look at this. So first I create a statement, I call it turn to west. And you can see that I open up all my conditions. So it means that no matter what reading I'm getting from my sensors, color sensors, or the position compass or what, I will execute whatever that I nested under this main statement called turn to west. Okay, just now I have used a term called nested. Nested spells as N-E-S-T-E-D. Nested. Nested means like these sub-statements are nested under this main statement. I will explain further on the implication of nested substatements later. So as you can see, this turn to west statement will trigger by all conditions. All conditions meaning that, can you see that my ultrasonic sensor from 0 to 255 basically it covers the entire range. So no matter what, this turn to west statement will be triggered under any circumstances. That's why this is what I mean by the conditions are very open. You see, the range is from minimum to the maximum. So no matter what, turn to west, this statement will be triggered. So let's look at the substatements that I nested under this main statement. So under here, I created a substatement. How do I create that? If you right click on the main turn to west statement, you have two options. Add new statement. If you press this, it will create a new statement that is not nested under it. Can you see that this is on the same level as turn to west? So this means that statement 4 is a separate statement. So it is not nested. So this is not what I want, so I will delete it. So if I want to create a substatement, I will create if I want to create a statement that's nested under the main one, I will have to create substatement. So as you can see, it is now nested under turn to west. Okay, so now what am I doing here? So I have a statement that says face west. What I want to do is that I want to tell the robot to do this, right? I want to see if the reading is around 90 degrees, and if it is, then go forward. So what I do here is that under this face west substatement, the compass reading here, I change it to between 80 to 100 because I know 90 is the true west, but sometimes the robot will not be able to turn to such a precise reading. Okay, you can try narrowing this range down and you will find that the robot will take much longer time to rotate such that it faces the actual true west. So that's why I give it a big reading. And if this reading, the compass is between 80 to 100 is achieved, what I want the robot to do, I look at my plan. If it is around 90 degrees, I want the robot to move forward, and as such, down here the wheel left and the wheel right, I change it to 2-2. So it will move forward. Now what will happen if it is not 80 to 100? That means now I need to create another substatement to address that condition. So now I'm going to do 2B. So if you look at my substatement, I have a statement below. Okay, later I'm going to ask you this question. What if I bring this turn to west statement to the top? Okay, later we'll take a look. So now I have this statement say turn to west. What I mean? Oh, if the compass is between this, I want it to keep on rotating. Now, then you may be thinking, teacher, but if it is between 0 to 360, it will include the compass reading that is pointing to the west, which is what you want to go forward. Why is it that you do not need to tell the robot if it is from 0 to 80 and then from 90 to 360, then you turn? Why? How come you can just put 0 and 360 here? Now, this is because of something called statement priority. Okay, so now I'm going to drag in a table that I draw. Okay, this is how the statement priority is. What do I mean by that? Can you see here? This is statement 1. This is statement 2. When you see a statement, it means this level at the top. So how will this AI engine run is that it will go into this statement and it will check whether the condition is fulfilled. So since the first statement, the main statement here, I open up all condition, it will definitely fulfill. So once it is fulfilled, it will move into the substatements. So I have substatement A, substatement B, substatement C, so on and so forth. So once it go into substatement A, which is this one here, it will check its condition. If the condition is fulfilled, it will take action, which is stated here. And after it takes the action, it will go back. Okay, the AI will just exit this nest and go back to the main statement. So meaning that once it has checked that the compass is pointing at 80 to 100, it will just exit this nest and it will not run into the turn to rest statement. That means it will not turn. So that's why down here, once it faces the west, it will just move forward. So let's recap. So in the first statement, I have all condition open, so it will definitely fulfill. Then I will check if the compass is pointing between 80 to 100, I will execute the forward action and then it will come out. Now what will happen if the compass is not pointing at 80 to 100? So the AI will come to here, check that all conditions are fulfilled, check whether my compass is pointing to the west. So now let's say my robot is not pointing to the west, it's pointing at something like 300. Compass is equals to 300. So meaning that it will go into here, or compass is 300, so it's not fulfilled. It will move to the substatement B, which is turn to the west, right? So substatement B, since I open it up to all condition, it will definitely fulfill and it will start turning, which is -1, 1. It will start to turn, right? So down here, once I know that it has failed this check, when I write this statement, I know that it is definitely failing this part here. So I do not need to go and spend my time and write down that, oh, I want it to turn only from 0 to 80 and then from 100 to 360, I only want it to turn. Because I know that it must have failed this test before coming to this statement. So that's why I do not need to do double job. So once let's check whether this AI is working or not. So let's bring this out and check. So I will build this object to compass turn AI. Okay, it is successfully built. Now I will load my AI, compass turn AI. Okay, and I will just put it somewhere here and I see, yep, it is turning, right? 90 true north, right? So I can check one more time. Now this time around, I just turn a bit more. You can see that the robot is kind of stupid, right? It turns clockwise. You can make an AI that is smarter, such that it turns, it knows where should it rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise. Okay, so that one can be your extended project. So now your AI is working. I just want to show you what will happen if now I bring this thing up. So I'll give you a second. I want you to predict what will happen when I bring this statement up. Okay. Then let me build this. Okay, have you made your prediction? Let's see if your prediction is correct. Is your prediction correct? I hope so. Okay, can you explain why you make that prediction? That is more important. So now if we look at this chart again, and you look at the statement that you make, we can explain it very clearly. So first, you have this turn to west statement. All conditions are open. It will definitely fulfill. So you will enter substatement A, which is this statement. Once you enter this statement, you will see that again, this is all condition open. So it will fulfill the condition and execute the action. So you come here, fulfill, check. Since all conditions are open, it fulfill, take action A, which is to turn. After that, it will exit and it will go back up here. Oh, again, all condition fulfill, come back here, all condition fulfill, turn, rotate. So it will happen, this is what we call an infinite loop. It will keep on doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And this face wet statement will never get any chance to execute. So that's why your your robot keep on rotating and it's not doing anything else. Okay, so this is the first unit. Now I hope you have a better understanding on the priority of execution in terms of statement management. Okay, if you have time, you finish early, I would challenge you to make an AI such that it knows to which direction it should turn so that it can reach west the earliest, meaning that when I face north, okay, the robot would know that I should turn anti-clockwise or turn to the left to face west. And if my robot is pointing here, it should know that it can turn right to reach the west instead of doing this silly thing. Okay, this will shorten the time and your robot will gain much more advantage. Okay, so that will be your challenge. Okay, see you next time.